last. All right, we are going to get started. So we're going to do a little bit of a repeater for some strength building, and then we have a little bit of cardio peppered in, and then just some good old fashioned core work. So if you've got the long resistance band, the one that gives you a good amount of length, put it underneath your feet. And then we'll do the Winnie the Pooh, but with the Theraband. So give a good amount of stretch so you can reach that band all the way up and overhead. And then that's the work. Reach up and then bend down, touch the ground. And then you're just going to take a little bit of time here. Tune into how is your back feeling? Can you focus on your breath coming in and out through your nose? Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. Go for about 3 more if you can. And then if you're not already there, then you'll want to put your Theraband underneath your feet because now we're going to take it into side bend. So the next time you come down, switch your grip. So you're choking up really close to the feet. And then you've got a little bit of tension on the band in this low hold. And then we're going to take it into some side bends. So when we do our side bends here, as we're using this little bit of resistance on the band, think like you're trying to lengthen the tube of your waist. So not letting everything get all scrunched down. Think lift upward to bend sideways. Get a sense of how your grip is feeling. So when we do our strength building work, if you're using your Theraband, sometimes the grip just gets fatiguing. So you can adjust your handhold so that it feels comfortable. And you always take breaks as needed so that every bit of the work feels good. You hit that point of fatigue where you're getting that good stress in the muscles, and then you give release as needed. All right, take one more side bend to each side. And now we're going to still keep this low hold, but now we're going to take it into a twist. So put a slight soft bend in the knees just so we keep the legs a little bit sturdy. And then you want to think hips and knees facing forward, rotate your trunk or rotate from the rib cage. And then for this one, if you will slow it down just a little bit, inhale as you come into center and exhale as you twist to the side. Go for about one more twist to each side. Now we're going to move right into our squats. So if you like, keep this band around your feet, but maybe widen your stance just a touch. You're going to go butt back, bend your knees, and then push firm into your feet to come up. And we're going to do 10. So we're going to inhale, go down, exhale, come up. And I'm going to call that 1 because the other one was just a test drive. Inhale, go down, exhale, come up for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to leave our tail ends on the ground and we're going to go into some calf raises. So just step your feet off carefully, put your feet so they're about hip width distance apart, and then calf raise or half calf raise. Go for the one that feels really good, that you're in really good control of, but lift your heels up, lower them down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Okay, now step back onto your loop. Now we're going to go into our deadlift maneuver. So now we're going to go feet about hip width distance apart versus that wider stance. But now we want that good firm choke up on that band. For our deadlift, we go butt back, chest comes forward with a slight bend in the knees just so that we don't stress out that hamstring to glute insertion. So we inhale as we go forward, the butt goes back and the chest comes forward. And then we exhale, come up and squeeze your butt as you come up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. Okay, now we're going to hold on to that band and take it into some bicep curls or hammer curls. So you're just going to hold on to that band. You might adjust your grip so it feels comfortable enough, but we're keeping the elbows tucked in at the side of the body and lowering down with good control. And we're going for 1, 2, 3. When we do our bicep curls, we want our elbows to stay connected at the sides of the ribs. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice, Lori. 10. All right, now we're going to take it into W lift. So for our W lift, we come about elbow height. We rotate out, press out, elbows come back in, and then rotate in. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Okay, we're going to step out of that loop, taking it into chest pulls. So we're going to do 10 chest pulls or a fly. So if you're going to go with your hand weights, go for that fly maneuver. Get that band in front of your chest and away we go. Pull apart, come back in with good control for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Okay, take a second. Put everything down. Now we're going to pick up the pace. That cardio is the last round of work, and then we'll repeat the set. So for our first 10 seconds, you're just going to jog on the spot, but go for like that nice high intensity. You can jog forward and back if that feels better. For me, I like jog on the spot because I don't have to think too much about where I'm going, but we just want to get the heart rate up. So give that good intensity, the amount that feels good. Great job. That's 10 seconds. Okay, now we're taking it into a side-to-side shuffle. Stay a little bit low in your squat and like nice quick feet, just moving you from side to side. Nice job. All right, come back to center. And now we're going into our Winnie the Pooh with a cross crawl. So when we inhale up, we're going to go cross crawl and then bend down, touch the ground, but we're going for a little bit of an intensity to finish the minute up. Opposite elbow to opposite knee, bend down, touch the ground, reach up to the sky. You've got it. High intensity is a relative term. Your intensity might look different any given day. It's just a little bit more intense than what we were doing earlier. All right, now we're coming back to our squats. So choose your own adventure. Do you want to go hand weights? Do you want to stick with your Theraband? Do you want to go open hand? There's no right or wrong. Choose the path that feels just right to you. Shoot for that nice wide squat stance. So toes a little bit turned out, a little bit of tension on that band if you're going for that. We go butt back, bend the knees, keep the chest and chin lifted. That's 1. 2, follow your breath. Inhale as you go down. Exhale as you come up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Set those tails down. If you're holding on to your band, taking it into our calf raises. So feet about hip width distance apart. Half calf or full calf, go for the one you're in the most control of. Lift up, lower down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Okay, now we're going back to our deadlift. So deadlift, you can crisscross at the heart, hands behind the head, grab your Theraband, grab your heavy weights, go for what feels good right now. Feet about hip width distance apart, toes and knees pointing fairly forward. Choke up on that band if you're using your Theraband, get some good tension. Butt back, heart comes forward. Push down into your heels, squeeze your butt at the top. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. Okay, we're taking it into our bicep curls or hammer curls, just depending on your grip position. Choke up on your band or grab your hand weights and away we go. Elbows stay chambered at the side of the body. We use that good control, coming up all the way, going down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Okay, chamber up at the elbows into our W lift. So we rotate out about 45 degrees, lift the elbows up, elbows return, arms come back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Carefully step out of that band if it's underneath your feet. Back to our chest pulls or chest fly, whatever you like better here. Nice sturdy stance. Pull the band apart or move your arms apart. Come back in. That's 1, 2. Nice, Judy. Beautiful. 3, 4. Yes, Karen Mother. Yes. Nice work, you guys. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Okay, take a second, lower that down. And now we pick up the pace back to that cardio. 10 seconds, jog on the spot or jog yourself forward and back. Just a reminder, jogging backwards, very good for our knee health. So if you always have a little bit of focus on your knees, get that backwards jogging in. It is going to be beneficial to your knee strength. All right, when you're ready, take it into that side shuffle, move it side to side. Stay a little bit low in that squat position and a little spring in your step. High intensity, as much high intensity as you can stand right now. All right, when you're ready, we're finishing up that minute with that Winnie the Pooh with the cross crawl. So we go arms up, opposite elbow, opposite knee, down to the ground. Find a good pace that makes the most sense to you. And how far down you bend is always going to be what feels available and appropriate to your body. All right, that's time. Last set to repeat. Now we're going back to our squats. So choose your own adventure. You can leave everything off. You can add everything in. Go for what feels good. It is our last set. So give it whatever you've got. Find your shape. And then we're taking it into our squats. We go butt back, bend the knees, chest and the chin stay lifted. That's 1. Inhale as you go down. Exhale as you come up. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Great job. Take a second, step out of your loop, moving it into our calf raises. Find your place where you want to be. Half calf. If you already have done full range of motion, shoot for the half calf. It does work the muscle just slightly differently. And I find the half calf to be just a little bit harder when you get those reps in. I've already done about 3 there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Take a second, shake it out. Go back to Theraband or go for those really heavy weights for this last round of deadlifts, or crisscross at your heart or hands behind the head. Go for the one that feels good. If you're using that band, get a good firm choke up on that band. When we do our deadlift, we go butt back, the whole spine stays long and our head follows the movement, which means your chin's not lifting upward, your chin is following along. So we bend forward, exhale, push into the feet, squeeze your butt at the top. Nice job, that's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Okay, now we're moving into those bicep curls. But if you want just a little variation of handhold, you can go about shoulder width distance apart and that tug apart maneuver. So if you just want like something different, bring it up in front of you. Still want to keep that full range of motion all the way up, all the way down. I've already done about 3. How about you? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Okay, now we move into that W lift. So you can stay with this close grip if you're here. Swing it out about 45 degrees, lift the elbows up, elbows return, come back in. Nice job. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoo, nice job. Take a second, shoop it out. And then we last minute of work here, or last set of 10 on our upper body. Chest pulls, pull apart, come back in, or chest fly with your hand weights. Go for the one you like best. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, nice job. Okay, take a second. Shoot those arms out. Last minute of cardio. Take it into your jog. Jog forward and back. Jog in place. Choose your own adventure. Get that nice high intensity, or a relatively high intensity in comparison to what you were just doing a minute ago. Stick with that jog if you want to, or take it into your side shuffle. Stay a little bit low. Side shuffle is good for our side glute muscles. You can even put your hands on the side of your butt, and you should be feeling some nice action going on as you scoop yourself from side to side. Stay a little bit low in that squat position. Keep your chest just a little bit up. Last 2 seconds, take it to your middle space, and then into that Winnie the Pooh with the cross crawl. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. Bend down, touch the ground. You've got it. Nice intensity here. Quick pace, keeping that heart rate up for these last few seconds. And time. Nicely done. All right, take a second just to march it out. Get your heart rate to come down just a touch. We're going to work our way down to a bird dog. So we're going to be in tabletop position. Cushion your knees if you like to. Cushion your wrists if you like to. When you're ready, take your time. Find your way down to that tabletop position. For some of us, wrists slightly in front of the shoulders is always going to feel a little bit more comfortable. So position your wrists so that they feel good and stable underneath you. And now we're taking it to work. Opposite hand, opposite leg, reach out. Come back in with good control. It's all about that stability. So whether you stay stable the whole time, or whether you find yourself coming back to stability in a really controlled way, we reach out. There's probably your most unstable point, and then you come back in with good control. You've got it. Nice work. You can keep it moving if you want to, but we're going to finish with 2 10-second holds, one for each side. So when you're ready, left arm, right leg, hold out there if you want to, and hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That looked beautiful. Lower nice and slow. Switch to the other side, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Incredible. That looked beautiful. Okay, lower it down. Now we're going to go. Hands are going to come slightly forward. Fingertips will be turned in just slightly. A knee down push up, and then come up. We'll lift the knees into a high plank. We're only doing 10. So walk your hands out a little bit wider. Walk your knees back just a touch. Push up. Toes come down. Lift the knees. Lower the knees. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful job. Bring your knees down. Go back into a little child's pose. Bring your butt back towards your knees. Take a moment there. Butt back towards your knees. Butt back towards your heels. Take a nice big breath. All right, now we're going to flip it around. We're coming onto our back side. So when you're ready, come up away from your heels, swing your feet around, and then lower yourself down onto the ground. We're going into some Pilates 100s. If you want to use your Theraband to do that arm pump so that your legs are up and you wrap it around your feet, it's kind of a really nice way to just get that feedback into your arms. So if you like that positioning, Theraband around your feet, legs up nice and high. And then we curl up the head, neck, and chest. Pump your arms. Inhale, count to 5. Exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Last cycle of breath. Inhale, count to 5. Exhale, count to 5. And then when you're ready, slow release. Let your head return. Let your shoulders return. Move that band out of the way. We're going to go into our double single leg hip bridge. So you'll do 2 on one side and then switch over to the other side. For this one, I'm just going to set the timer for 1 minute. So left leg up, right leg on the ground. 2 hip bridges there. And then you switch. And you're just going to take those alternations at your pace. You're already halfway there. Three seconds left. Even yourself out if you want to. And then when you're ready, we're rolling off onto our side, taking it right into some side leg lifts. So support the head in any way that you like. Top leg bent, top leg straight, totally up to you. Bottom leg bent or bottom leg straight, totally up to you. But just a little energy into that top leg. So we want to either flex the foot or point the foot so it's engaged. So it's not just sort of being carried along for the ride. So energy all the way down the leg to your foot or to your toes. One more up and down. And then when you're ready, we're spinning it around to the other side. So you swing yourself around in a way that makes good sense. I'm spinning myself around, so I'm facing out to you. As find your side lying position. Low arm, kind of tall arm, that's going to be what's comfortable to your upper body. Bottom leg bent, bottom leg straight, that's going to be what makes you feel nice and stable. Energy out to the leg. So either flex the foot or point the toe, whatever you like the best. Great job. One more up and down. And then we're coming up to a seated position and we want our Theraband. We're going to take a little bit of that peel-off press. So we're going to go for that wide leg seat using the band for that anti-rotational movement. So wide leg seat, and how wide your legs are, it's really about just getting a little away from your center line, because we want that band to give us that pull so that we can work our anti-rotation muscles. So we wrap around the foot, choke up nice and firm, bring it right to the center of your chest, sturdy legs. We press out, hold, 2, 1, come back in with good control. Press out and hold, 2, 1, come back in with good control. Nice job. Press out and hold, 2, 1, come back in with good control. Press out and hold, 2, 1, beautiful. Come back in with good control. One more time here. Press out and hold. Hold just a little bit longer. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come in with good control. Release that foot. Take it over to the other side. Once you've got that band wrapped around the foot, we want that good pull, like it could pull you towards the leg if it wanted to, but you're not going to let it. You're going to choke up nice and firm right at the center of your chest. Press out and hold, 2, 1, come back in with control. Nice. Press out and hold, 2, 1, come in with control. Press out and hold, 2, 1, come back in. Press out and hold, 2, 1, come back in. Nice job. Press out and hold. Hold a little bit longer. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back in with good control. Now we're going to step the legs together and finish with a little bit of a row. So loop both feet into your band. Get a little bit of a choke up onto that band. Nice tall spine, maybe just a little bit of a bend in the knees. And then just a few rows backwards. Scrape your elbows back. Sit up nice and tall. Slow it down just a touch. Think of this as your kind of cool down. Three more to go if you can. All right, now we're going to take it into a little stretch. So you're going to choke up on the band just enough so that you can get a little tug into your feet. Straighten your legs just a little bit more, but you only want to feel like there's a slight positive stress into the backs of your legs. Keep your nice long spine. You're going to pull your elbows back and pull your chest forward. So you're just going to come as far as feels right to you. Everybody's flexibility in this shape is slightly different. So it's not about like getting your nose to your knees or your fingers to your toes. It's about finding that little positive stress and then taking a moment just to breathe into it. Notice if you're holding any tension in your jaw. See if you can soften your jaw and then pull yourself forward. Just one more breath. Awesome. Come up nice and slow. Release your feet from that band. Give your knees a little bop, your ankles a little wiggle. Give your fingers a little twinkle. Now take your fingers in one hand, press it into the palm, press forward, get a little stretch into the fingers in the palm. Sit in whatever way is comfortable for you. Same hand you were just working on, you're going to go with your Lego hand, go elbow joint about 2 inches down from the elbow joint on your forearm on the pinky finger side. There's this little sweet groove. You're going to press your fingers into that sweet little groove and twirl your wrists in circles. Circle in one direction. Twirl your wrists in circles, go the other way. Nice. Same hand you were just working on, index finger, thumb, pinch your wrist just right at the side, little pinch, twirl your wrist. Twirl your wrist the other way. All right, now we're going to take that stretch over to the other side. So fingertips into the palm, press your palm forward, get that stretch into your fingers in your palm. Beautiful. Now Lego hand's going to grab about 2 inches down from the elbow joint, pinky finger side of the forearm. There's this little groove. You're going to smush your fingers into that sweet little groove and then take your hand and twirl your wrist. Twirling in circles, go in one direction. Twirl your wrist the other way. All right, now index finger, thumb, pinch the wrist, just right outside of the bones of the wrist. So this light little pinch, and then twirl your wrist again. And then twirl it the other way. Awesome. Take a second, shake them out. Grab your foam roller if you're sticking around. If you're not, be sure to drink a little bit of water after doing all that work. You guys are amazing. We're going to start in long spine position, and we're going to do a little bit of my yoga friends, that digestive tract. So when we go along, I find it's convenient sometimes to just hold my fabric of my clothes in place, and I make my hand into a little fist and I use my knuckles to kind of drag up the side of the abdomen. So all of that being said, find your long spine position, tailbone on one end, head supported on the other end. If you have that slight forward head posture, you want to put a little cushion underneath your head. So maybe just that folded up towel so your head is held in that nice supportive position. Give your body a moment just to find your way onto that long spine roller. Take a breath. Walk your feet out so that they're nice and sturdy. And again, I like to kind of hold the fabric of my shirt in place so that it just, because it frictions otherwise and it keeps catching and pulling up. So I'm going to hold my shirt in place. We're going to go right side of the abdomen. Think hip bone to the rib bone, but mostly in the soft tissue. So you're going to do about 10 presses with those knuckles, dragging up into that abdomen. It's a digestive work. So it's just to kind of work into the digestive tract and move that fascia along the digestive system. So go for about 10 good drags up on the right. And then once you've done about 10, then we take it to the top. So we go from underneath the right side of the rib cage over and across to the left. So again, I'm just using my knuckles and I just drag across and I'm holding the fabric of my shirt in place because otherwise it's just going to keep dragging and frictioning over. So I just want it held in place and drag across from the right over to the left. All right, go for 1 or 2 more. And then we're going to take it over to the left. But on the left side, we go down. So we go from the rib cage to the hip bone and we go down. And you're going to do about 10 there. Nice. And then once you've done about 10 there, then we're just going to do press, press, press. You're going to go from the right. You're going to press, press, press up on the right, press, press, press over and across, press, press, press down on the left. Take it back over to the right. Press, press, press up on the right, press, press, press over and across to the left, press, press, press down on the left. And we'll do it one more time. Take it to the right. Press, 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 move up on the right. Press, 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 move over to the left, Press, 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 move down to the left. And now open your arms nice and wide into T position, palms facing up. Let your hands be nice and heavy. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Snow angel arms. We're going to start to move the arms lightly and gently up and down, allowing the range of motion to slowly increase. So you're going to start with the shortest range of motion where it comes easy, and then start to look for your edges as you move up and down. Everybody's shoulders get their own sort of track that they like to follow. So allow your arms and your shoulders to move in a way that feels comfortable, that you're not forcing it to go anywhere it doesn't want to go. Right, now we're going to look for the high position. So you're going to take a few more rounds just to look for that highest point that you can go to. And then once you feel like you kind of have a sense of where that high comfortable point is, you're going to let your arms come up to that high comfortable point and let them get heavy towards the ground. And then just lengthen the back of your neck just a touch so you're not looking up towards the corner of the ceiling, but you're looking at the ceiling directly in front of you. If your hands can come together above your head, you're going to interlace the fingers, and then we're going to take them into pulls. So you're going to pull all the way down towards your thighs, and then you're going to bring your arms all the way back up as far as they go comfortably. Pull the arms down towards your thighs, pull them back up, pull the arms down towards your thighs, bring them back up. And then this time we're just going to come right to mid chest line. Unlace your hands, scapular shoulder roll. Scapular shoulder roll the other way. Take it into I Dream of Jeannie arms, square across the chest, stabilize your legs, and start to pull your elbows from side to side. And then once you feel nice and stable in your legs as you're moving the elbows side to side, your head's going to turn in the opposite direction of your elbows. One more pull from side to side. And then arms are going to come down low A position, fingertips pointing down or palms facing down. So tent your fingers to get that nice stabilization. Walk your feet in so they're about hip width distance apart. Start with the low variation of alternating your knees. One more with each leg, and then both feet flat on the ground. You're going to do a little curl up. So you're going to curl up, reach your hands towards your knees or towards the sides of your thighs, hold at the top for just a second, and then slowly bring your spine back down to the roller. Do it again. Exhale, curl up, hold, slow lower down. Do it again. Exhale, curl up and hold. Slow return down. Two more to go. Exhale, curl up, hold. Slow return down. Last one here if you like. Exhale, curl up and hold. Slow return down, and then we're going to roll off. Take your time as you roll off your side, and then bring that foam roller underneath the upper back body. So think rib cage, shoulder blades. Once you've got your way there, hands behind the head, feet about hip width distance apart. lean over the back of the roller. Use your exhale, little crunch. Inhale, lean over the back of the roller. Exhale, a little crunch. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, come up. 2 more to go if you like. Beautiful. All right, now find that middle position, pick up your butt and start to roll. Roll as much up and down as you can find and go a little bit slow if you can. Take just a few more slow rolls, and then we're going to come up underneath the soft curve of the neck. So when we come underneath the soft curve of the neck, we go slow and we go careful. So think, come up to about the shoulders, set your butt down so you're not putting any body weight onto it, and then carefully move that roller so it comes up underneath the soft curve of your neck. Once you've got it underneath the soft curve of the neck, take some slow head turns from side to side. One or two more turns of the head side to side. We're going to do masseter on the right, masseter on the left, and then we're going to hit the hips. So you're going to roll off just enough to one side, get the side of your jaw where the jaw meets the ear, get that nice muscle right onto your foam roller. Take little baby head turns a little bit forward, a little bit back. All right, and then come to that middle position and a little nod of your head up and down. Nice. One more nod of the head up and down, and then big open and close of your jaw. One more big open and close of the jaw, and then we're flipping it over to the other side. And I'm going to spin myself around so I'm facing out to you. You flip yourself around in a way that makes good sense. And we're getting that jaw and ear point, so that nice masseter muscle onto the roller. And then once you've got your way there, little turns of your head from side to side. All right, and then take it into a nice little nod of the head up and down. All right, now land on that meaty part of the jaw and big open and close of your mouth. Go for one more big open and close of your mouth. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up and sit our butt up onto the roller. So spin yourself around in a way that makes good sense. Get that roller underneath your butt like a seat. And then once you've got your way there, before we get into the hips, take 3 cat-cows. Hang onto your knees. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, arch your back. Exhale, round your back, round your shoulders, tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, extension of the spine. Lift your chest, lift your chin, arch your back. Exhale, flexion of the spine. Round your back, round your shoulders, tuck your chin to chest. Do that one more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Beautiful. And then a nice neutral spine. Start that big roll across the glutes. All right, the next time you roll over to the right, stay there. Lean into that glute just a touch and then get that bottom leg to do that little half butterfly flap. Notice if you pick up any tension in your jaw. All right, one more butterfly flap, and then we take it into that little knee drive. Tuck the knee up and then kick the knee away. One more in and out. And then when you're ready, roll on across to the other side, lean into that glute. And then once you've got a good little lean into that side of the glute, butterfly flap that knee. Nice. And then when you're ready, take it into that knee drive. Pick the knee up and then push the knee away. Beautiful. One more in and out. And then when you're ready, roll back to center, grab hold of your thigh muscle and just give it a couple of good twists and turns on the bone. Let the muscle be a little bit soft. Let your hands do the work. Twist and turn up towards your knee, twist and down towards your thigh, towards your hip. Notice if you pick up any tension in your jaw. All right, one more time on that side and then take it over to the other leg. Keep the thigh muscle a little bit soft. Let the hands do the work. Twist and turn the muscles on the bone, going up towards the knee, down towards the hip. Beautiful. One more moment there and then just a couple of quick rolls back to that across the glutes just to kind of bring that nice warmth back into your butt muscles. And then when you're ready, we're going to pop our butt over the end of our roller to get the roller to come underneath the pits of our knees. So come off your roller in a way that makes good sense. Get the roller so it comes underneath the bend of your knees. And we're going to do that little pin and glide. So you're going to take the thumb of, let's say your thumb of your left hand is going to hold the cap of your right knee. And then your right thumb is going to come behind it and drag. So you're going to push and drag. You want to think almost like you're lengthening the thumbs away from each other, but that thumb that's holding the cap is really just to kind of keep that trap of that skin and connective tissue. And then the other hand is just going to pull and drag towards your thigh. Go for just a couple more on this side. And then when you're ready, take it over to the other side. So now let's say right thumb is going to pin the left kneecap. The left thumb is going to come underneath it. And then we pull and drag. And you do want to think like there's that moving away from each other maneuver. So you get that nice little stretch and glide. Go for one or two more if you like. And then hands on the knees, just do that little lymphatic smush, 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 smush the pits of the knees against the roller. All right, one more little smush, smush, smush. We're going to reach down towards the ankles. You're going to grab and drag up to the pits of the knees. And then we'll do that again. Go down to the ankles, grab, drag up to the pits of the knees. One more time, down towards the ankles, grab, drag up and underneath the pits of the knees, and then come back onto the tops of the knees and do the smush, smush, smush. Cool. And then once you've done that smush, smush, smush just enough, we're going to flip around tabletop position, but we're going to go a little off sides. So we're going to do the right side and then we'll do the left side. We're going to get the shins. So start by coming into your tabletop position, put your foam roller a little off to the right, and we'll start with the straight leg position. So knee and the toe pointing down, gliding across that. Mainly we hit that muscle on the outside of the shin bone. But this is a little 2-for-1 special because we just did that little bit of lymphatic work and now we're pumping that back of the knee pit. So we're getting the shin muscles and we're getting that nice pump action for our lymph. All right, now we're going to turn the leg out just a touch so we get that muscle to the inside of the shin bone. Beautiful. 1 or 2 more there. And then we're going to go shoelaces onto the roller. So for my yoga friends, we did this the other day. Go where it feels good. Everybody's knee is going to behave a little bit differently. You want your shoelaces onto the roller and see if your knee can come down to the ground. And then you're going to bring your butt back towards your heel and you're going to do a little tail wag. So you're just going to pivot a little bit from side to side. If you get there and your knee or your ankle does not like that work, lighten up anything that you like. You do not need to compromise your shape to make it look like anybody's but your own. Take a moment, find that little rock across the shoelaces, take a nice big breath, and then you're going to see if you can just find a little bit of a wiggly movement of the foot. Think kind of point and flex. Mainly you're going to get a little bit of movement in the toes and a touch of movement into the ankle joint. Awesome. One more moment there. And then when you're ready, we're going to shoot that roller over to the other side. So take some time to readjust, pass the roller over to the other side. We're going shin on the roller, knee and the toe pointing down to start. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, turn the leg out just a touch, get that muscle to the inside of the shin bone. Nice. And then one side might be different compared to the other, but we're going to see, can we get the shoelaces onto the roller? Can we get the knee to touch down to the ground? And then you see, can I bring my butt weight back just a touch and then wag the tail a little bit? Every little add-on needs to make sure it feels good. You're not bracing your body, you're breathing comfortably, your knee feels good, your hip feels good, your back feels good. You're getting that little bit of touch of myofascial release, but nothing feels like it's in a pain point. One more moment with that wag of the tail and see if you can find a little bit of movement of the foot. Think point and flex, but it's not going to go too far. We just want to find that little bit of, so we've got it pinned and trapped, and then we want to mobilize the ankle joint just a touch. Awesome. One more moment there. And then when you're ready, lift your butt up, swing that foot off, and then we're going to come up to a standing forward fold position. So we want to kind of bring that foam roller around so it's in front of us, hands to the roller if you like, lift your butt up so you find that standing forward fold. And now we're just doing that little lymphatic work on the top of the foot. So just do that nice little steam roll up and down. One more moment there. We're going to leave the foam roller on the ground so we can work the bottom of the feet. So when you're ready, bend your knees, come up nice and strong, place one foot on the roller and give it a soft roll. Take it to the instep if you can, so the knee turns in just a touch, roll. Take it to the blade edge of the foot, turn the knee out and roll. Nice, and then take it to the middle of the foot and just pivot Just enough. Bring that good warmth and heat into the bottom of your foot. Awesome. And then when you're ready, switching sides. Bring your other foot onto the roller, soft roll. Bring it to your instep, soft roll. Bring it to the blade edge of the foot. And then bring it back to the middle and bug squish. Nice work. All right, take one more second there. And then with both feet down on the ground, take a nice big breath, reach your arms up, take that nice yawning, reaching stretch. And then as you exhale, a little softness, fold down toward your toes. Take a moment in that nice soft fold. Just notice how the back of your body feels, backs to the legs, notice your feet. And then when you're ready, take your time, slow roll your way up. Maybe give your body just a nice little bounce to just get it all revved up for the rest of the day. You guys are amazing. Happy Friday. Okay, you guys.